as Jamaica wins another gold medal here in Grenada, and I think he is amazed by the time. We are waiting for it. I think it's the championship record. It is. Usain Bolt 47.33 has been removed by Nikico Bramwell, and it's all happening here at the CARIFTA Games Stadium.
Say star, don't replace star. They simply shine brightly together. Wagwan, me good people. Welcome to yet another track and field event. This one is a good one. I promise you, me good people, my yardies. This one is a good one. Watch till the end. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave down there below a comment. Let me know what you think about these legends, because Jamaica must be a sprinter factory for sure. Whoever named Jamaica as a sprinting factory was correct to the core. So welcome, me good people, to this. Today we get to watch Bramwell as he bring a record-breaking performance on our screens. And two, after 22 years, he finally shines beside Usain Bolt, the legendary, by breaking his record. This is an amazing race, and I really want you to watch till the end. I'll give credit to the regional broadcasters of this race. And guys, me good people, me yardies, you know the tingle. If you haven't subscribed it, kindly do so. I'll really appreciate. Let's watch the rest till the end, and I'll come back with my honest 2 cents as I trust you leaving yours down there below. Remember to like and comment. Watch till the end. Catch up with me.
As I said earlier today, Christopher Taylor, another Jamaican, did go faster than 47.33, but that was when the category was under 18. There's the lineup: Cheslin Gordon of Trinidad and Tobago, Paul Henry, Jamaica, Caden Prasad of Guyana, Egan Neely of the Bahamas, Cameron Mathlin of Grenada, Nikico Bramwell, the defending champion from Jamaica, Shavonna Nixon of the Bahamas, and Aiden Moore of Barbados.
Fastest in qualifying was Mathlin from Grenada. The defending champion coming through with just the 5th fastest time, but coming through very comfortably in his heat. You see Mathlin there. The hopes of the nation on his shoulders.
On your mark.
There is the defending champion, Nikico Bramwell, goes in lane number 6. Has the kinesia tape on the right hamstring. That's been the bother for him in recent weeks. Final of the under-17 boys 400 meters. They await the command for a second time to hit their marks.
On your marks.
Gordon, Trinidad and Tobago, Henry, Jamaica, Prasad, Guyana, Neely, Bahamas, Mathlin, Grenada, Bramwell, defending champion, Jamaica, Nixon, Bahamas, and Moore, Barbados.
Despite the hamstring issues, Bramwell still ran 47.39, the second in the under-16 boys division at the Jamaican High School Championships. Away they go. Goes out a little bit quicker here, Nikico Bramwell, than he did in qualifying. Already surges by Nixon of the Bahamas on his outside, and the Jamaican goes flying down the backstretch. Nikico Bramwell in full flight here in the under-17 boys 400 final. His countryman Paul Henry is also running well and moving through in lane number 2. Under 200 meters to go. It's Bramwell with the advantage. If he can maintain this, this will be a race for the silver medal. The defending champion transitions down the home stretch. Paul Henry, his countryman, holding second. The Grenadian is coming forward. That's Mathlin. Bramwell defends his title, and Mathlin gets silver.
Wow.
Nikico Bramwell had the field beat from the first 200 meters. Held on strongly down the home stretch. A terrific finish coming from Cameron Matlin of Grenada to snatch the silver medal. It's joy for the home country as Jamaica wins another gold medal here in Grenada, and I think he is amazed by the time. We are waiting for it. I think it's a championship record. It is. Usain Bolt 47.33 has been removed by Nikico Bramwell, and it's all happening here at the CARIFTA Games Stadium.
Amazing performance from that young man. We know he can go sub 47. Given what he's had to go through over the past couple of weeks in terms of trials, in terms of champs, we didn't know what he would be able to produce here. He's been struggling with injury, but he was able to produce the goods in front of the crowd here at the CARIFTA Games Stadium, in a stadium named for a great champion, world and Olympic champion from Grenada. He was able to step up and take the gold medal. Egan Neely holds on for the bronze.
Well, let's have a look at the athletes from the first heat. Matt Hudson-Smith, by the way, the European champion and bronze medalist at the World Championships, goes in heat 4 for England. There's the lineup: Geldenhuys of Namibia, Timbuktu of Vanuatu, Anthony Cox of Jamaica, Solomon of Australia, Steve Solomon, watch him, Kumaraj of Sri Lanka, Desroy Jordan of St Vincent and the Grenadines, and Shay Lara of Trinidad and Tobago on the outside. So with only 3 non-automatic qualifier spots, let's make the first 3 or you're not going to make it through to the semis is really the message. There is Che Lara, 46.92 man this year. He'll be running blind. His personal best was last year, 46.4. In lane 7 for St Vincent and the Grenadines, he's actually the national 800 metres champion this year. Desroy Jordan, the 21-year-old, best of 47.76 this year. In 6, Kalinga Kumaraj of Sri Lanka, 3 times their champion and the reigning champion, set his personal best actually, but back on the 23rd of April. He hasn't raced since the middle of June. In 5, the very experienced Australian Steve Solomon, 8th in the Olympic Games in London 2012. Remember that, 10 years ago now. A semi-finalist in Tokyo last year, and he holds the Australian record for 400 indoors at 45.4. Good athlete. There's Anthony Cox of Jamaica. Had COVID in Eugene, but was able to compete in the heats of the 4x400 for his nation. Came 3rd in the Jamaican Championships earlier on this summer. There's Obedia Timbuktu of Vanuatu. Went out in his heat for the World Championships, the 19-year-old, best of 52.85 this year, and that is his lifetime best. And then in 2 is Ivan Danny Geldenhuys of Namibia, 21 in a few days' time, the South African semi-finalist in the African Championships in Mauritius back in early June, but he hasn't raced either since early June, the 20-year-old Geldenhuys. 46.4 his best this year. Remember, the first 3 go through by right, so he'll be right on the cusp of it, will Ivan Danny Geldenhuys.
On your marks.
Reigning champion is Makwala. He's up Makwala of Botswana. Indeed, his teammate Babaloki Thebe took out the silver on the Gold Coast back in 2018. So the first heat of 7 then in the men's 400 metres. Geldenhuys in 2, Timbuktu of Vanuatu in 3, Cox of Jamaica 4, Solomon of Australia in 5, the Sri Lankan Kumaraj in 6, Jordan of St Vincent and the Grenadines in 7, and Lara Trinidad and Tobago in lane 8.
Set.
Well, qualifying from this should be a formality for an athlete of the calibre of Steve Solomon of Australia, but he'll want a solid run. He's in 5. They're right in the centre in the yellow with the greenish shorts, 4th from left at the moment, moving well down the back straight. And actually quickest away is Kumaraj of Sri Lanka, really quick through the first 200 in that blue strip. He's a 45.8 performer this year, but he leads at the moment by quite some margin. Solomon going okay right in the centre. Inside him, the Jamaican best of Anthony Cox is moving well around the second bend as they come into the straight. Kumaraj has given 101% through the first 300. Now he's chased down by the big figure of Cox, the Jamaican, who looks very strong for the last 50. Solomon follows him through, and he's under real pressure here for 3rd place, and I think he just loses out there to Geldenhuys of Namibia, who gets 3rd spot. It is the first 3, remember, who go through by right, and I think, despite giving every everything for the first 380. It was nearly enough. Kumaraj of Sri Lanka might just have got run out of it. It was very tight at the line. No doubting the strong finish and fine form of Anthony Cox. Maybe a little bit frustrated after not being able to give his all in Eugene a couple of weeks back because of COVID, but he wins in 45.51. That is only a couple of clicks outside his lifetime best from earlier on this season. And Steve Solomon, 45.98, a solid second for Australia. And it was even Danny Geldenhuys of Namibia who took third place, 46.51. Kumaraj will have to wait and see, but 46.53, I'm not sure it'll be quick enough. Desiree Jordan of St Vincent and the Grenadines, a personal best for him, significant leap forward, 47.29.
I was absolutely willing the Sri Lankan third from the left here as we look at it to get himself home in the top three. It was a really bold piece of running because he knew the likes of Cox of Jamaica and Solomon, who seems to have been around for a lifetime, made the Olympic final, must have been a teenager then back in 2012. The Sri Lanka knew that they would be coming and closing and that he'd start wading through treacle towards the back end of the race. Geldenhuys did really well to come through in lane 2. Good running by Cox, just off the podium in the World Youth a few years ago. So unlucky to get COVID in Eugene and not be able to perform at his best. It was a good run by Solomon there, and Geldenhuys out-dipping Kumaraj. So the Sri Lankan will have to wait to see whether he can claim one of the 3 non-automatic spots. But remember, that's 3 non-automatic spots from 7 heats. Good running by Cox, third in the Jamaican national champs. Just to make it as any level of international in a Jamaican sprint event shows you the calibre of the man we've just been watching, just off the podium in the World Youth, and he'll be absolutely determined to remind everybody what he could have produced in Eugene had COVID not brought his aspirations at the Worlds to a premature end.
Well, there it is. You can see the fine form of Anthony Cox. Bottom of picture. Working hard with the arms there. And that is very nearly a lifetime best. And I think there's considerably more to come from the 21-year-old. Solomon of Australia in the dark glasses. Moving well, and you can see the effort from even Danny Geldenhuys. Here he is with about 40 to go. He's way back in 4th, but he keeps battling away. Kumaraj by far the smallest of the 4 in shot, just tying up the stride length going, the knees not coming up over the final meters, and he just gets out dipped by the Namibian, giving himself an early 21st birthday present in effect. There it is. Anthony Cox wins for Jamaica, 45.51. A lovely big capital Q beside his name. Steve Solomon likewise for Australia in 2nd place, and Geldenhuys of Namibia taking that precious 3rd spot by 2 100ths of a second of Kalinga Hua Kumaraj.
This is for sure an enduring dominancy of Jamaica in track and field, focusing on the 2 standout performances that illustrates the nation's ability to consistently reload its talent pool. Jamaica's pool of sprinters, factory of sprinters, will never run dry for sure. That is one thing most of us are learning to live by it day by day. Jamaica will always, when you wake up, you hear another new name for sure, and you're like, another new record broken. You're like, oh, Jamaica is the kings, are the queens of this sprinting game. So we have watched the race. That was a very super amazing race, and we give big up to our legendary Usain Bolt for setting this record, because without him setting this record, most of our upcoming sprinters won't bother to work hard towards breaking the record. Big ups to him for sure, and big up to our new speedster Bramwell's Nikico for bringing up this brilliant performance, record-breaking performance to our screens. So this was under 17 boys 400-meter finals at the CARIFTA Games in Grenada that we got to see this amazing performing. And this comes after Bramwell has been battling a hamstring injury, but did this injury stop him? Nay. I think so. It's safe to say there's nothing that can stop a Jamaican sprinter as long as he has got the confidence and he believes in, he or she believes in themselves. There's nothing that stops them. Imagine having a hamstring injury, but in between the injury and everything, he decided to shock the world by bringing up this brilliant performance. So this young Jamaican athlete, Nikico Bramwell, delivered an exceptional performance, winning gold and breaking Usain Bolt's 22 years old championship record with a time of 47.33 seconds. That's brilliant. So let's big up this new king in town and just... if you are a track and field lover, you understand the happiness we get. And we say stars don't replace stars. They just simply shine brightly together. That's correct. So we will get to talk about Anthony Cox resilience. The men's 400 meters heat where Anthony Cox has showcased his maturity and tactical brilliance after missing out on opportunities at the World Championship due to COVID-19. You know, COVID-19 really did people dirty. Some died, some were forced to be inside, some were supposed to quarantine, and most people lost opportunities. And now we talk about Anthony, who missed out the opportunities during the World Championship due to COVID-19. And Cox demonstrated his experience by pacing the race perfectly and securing a win in 45.51 seconds. So, well, let's talk about this Jamaican system. Now, Jamaica does not merely replace legends. Instead, it fosters a system that turns history into a target for the next generation. Yeah. So our legendary sets a record. Now the next generation is forced to systematically work on breaking or even giving a better performance. So the intense school sports system ensures a constant stream of competitive athletes, making the country's success a recurring circle rather than a temporary streak. In Jamaica, they'll not be like, oh, Usain Bolt is not in the picture. No, there's no other sprinter to make us shine. For them, they will forever make sure there's someone that is coming to shine beside the other legendary that set up the record. And that's a very good thing. Like, their pool of sprinters will never run dry, for sure. That's safe to say that. No, if we looking this in the future outlook, the rest of the world should be concerned about the future of track and field as Jamaica continues to pair the fearless energy of teenagers with the tactical confidence of seasoned veterans. So this shows that the rest of the world sprinters should somehow learn to benchmark from Jamaica and just learn to steal a few tactics here and there. When it comes to sprinting, Jamaican does it well. So when we talk about Jamaica, we simply are talking about a culture of chasing greatness and nothing else. Now, history will remain to be history. Jamaica is viewed as a homework for many, and it never be a museum. Now, young athletes are raised to study greatness with the intent of challenging and surpassing it rather than just admiring it. For Jamaica, confidence and admiration is on another level. Now, we learn to appreciate this because this sets as a like a challenge, a big challenge to most. And we're not saying other sprinters are not good. They are good as well. It's just that Jamaica has tended to outshine them. I see most people maybe, why is Jamaica? Yeah, we have good sprinters from USA, we have good sprinters from UK, from Nigeria, from every part of the world. But when it comes to sprinting competition, we must have the best. And that's why Jamaica always comes up as the topic. Why Jamaica? Now, Nikico Bramwell used kinesiology tape on his right hamstring. If you're wondering what we are talking about, the injury, to manage an ongoing injury during the under 17 boys 400 meter finals at the CARIFTA Games, and he eventually came out the winner. So guys, thank you for watching till this end. Let me know what you think about this way. Imagine after 22 years, that's no joke, after 22 years of that, the record is finally shined by another sprinter star, Jamaican star, Bramwell. But big ups to both of them, Bramwell and Usain Bolt, because they are both legends in the making. So one in the making, the other one is already a legend. So thank you guys for watching till this end. Let me know your honest 2 cents down there below. Make sure you comment. Make sure you comment about what you think about this. And do you think we are being unfair talking about Jamaica every single time? Or is just that we have to learn to appreciate Jamaica because they're doing good? Because in these track and field events, I don't think so there's discrimination or there's favoritism. We just learn to celebrate the best every single time. And that this doesn't mean that these other countries are less of sprinters. It's just that they need to work and benchmark more from Jamaicans. That's what I think, from my honest 2 cents. So thank you for watching till this end. Thank you. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and catch me on the next one. And make sure you can go through my channel to watch more of track and field events. Thank you, my good people, and catch me on the next one.